everyone, it's Abby Andrew and welcome back to the René of Paris channel for another live stream. Today's video is going to be one of our Get Ready With Me segments, which are my personal favorite to do, and if you're not familiar with that, it's when we have a guest come on and walk me through a makeup look of their choosing. So for a lot of our Get Ready With Me segments, we do just standard everyday makeup looks, and of course we always incorporate wig styling and all that fun stuff, but today's is going to be a special edition. We have done these a couple of times before. I am so
Yay!
This is great. Okay, so I guess do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, we look like twins right now. It's so cute.
This is perfect.
So I'm Babs Butcher. I am new to the wonderful world of René of Paris, and I am so happy. Abby and everyone on the team has been such a wonderful, welcoming person, like to meet and to get to know. So thank you, Abby, for having me on.
Yes, absolutely. We are so excited to have you as part of this today. So anyone watching from René of Paris, it seems like a lot of people from your channel are joining as well, who, of course, they already know your amazing cosplays. So welcome for everyone, all of Babs people joining here. But anyone joining from the René of Paris side, definitely go check out Babs Butcher on Instagram and TikTok after this stream as well. But you don't want to leave just yet because we're about to do a really special Get Ready With Me segment. And do you want to introduce the look that we're going to do?
Yes, so I brought this so that we can take a look at what we're doing. So I have a very famous image of Ashley Barton, or you can see my ring light. Ashley Barton, aka Spidergirl. She is Peter Parker's his granddaughter. I believe the granddaughter, or his daughter ends up with Hawkeye, and they have Ashley Barton. And she's a very, a very unique spider girl. Let me see if I can show you the rest of my suit.
Oh, you were telling me how you DIY'd this suit a little bit by combining the top part with some leggings, is that right?
Yes, that's right. So it was really easy to make. You can even make the hands and feet part really, really easily too. But as far as the mask, that is the super fun part. I love doing makeup masks because they're super easy and you can kind of just have fun with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're no newbie to cosplay as well, Abby, right?
Yeah, I definitely do a bit. I'm always trying to learn more cosplay skills. So I don't think I've ever tried to do a face paint mask before. So I'm really excited to try this out today.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, I like to be good to my face, and when you have like latex or rubber masks, you end up putting a lot of adhesive on your face, and not only does it sometimes not work, it can be really unkind to your skin. And I definitely, like, you'll see I have skin issues from my eczema, so I have to be very careful about what I put on here. So having fun with makeup just makes it safe and last longer and just look a lot better.
Yeah, that's great. And then I guess you could even do this with like any basic face paint. Would you ever just try doing it with eyeshadow or anything like that?
Yeah, even lipsticks. Like, I'm a big fan of using stuff that you can find at your local drugstore. I have a very small palette. I saw you have these really nice pans. Where are those from?
I just found these online. I just looked up face paint and black. I was trying to get them in time for this stream, so I was like, okay, anything.
Yeah.
But these...
They look so familiar. I feel like I know the company, but I can't remember what it's called.
Let's see, I just picked up a random thing. It's from Snazaroo. I've never tried this. Miron face paint. And I actually have a really fantastic Miron palette, and I couldn't find it for this video, so I was like, okay, I just need to make sure I have the colors.
I was able to, I even have just this tiny little thing here. I didn't see that it's super bougie Anastasia Beverly Hills. But honestly, if all you have is some red and black lipstick, as long as you're able to set your makeup, you can do something like this really easily.
That's amazing too, because then even if you're new to doing cosplay, you don't even need all these fancy supplies. You can really just use either what you already have or something you can quickly pick up from a drugstore.
Oh yeah. I think if anybody knows anything about getting started in cosplay is you're on a shoestring budget and you don't know what you're doing. So it's trial by fire, trial by error. I now know where I recognize those pans from. When I was first getting started, I wanted to be my favorite X-Men character, Colossus, and making myself look like I'm made of metal. I seriously was about to give up cosplay because I think I tried like 7 different ways to do it.
Oh my gosh.
and those pans, I remember being like, that's it. I'm gonna get the look. And it was so tough. And it wasn't until I used more traditional everyday makeup that I realized, oh, you can make yourself look like metal with just a little bit of like Maron cream blend and some eyeshadow and stuff like that. And it's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. So I guess there's a bit of trial and error, but I guess the fun of it is that you can just practice at home. I feel like if you're doing it for the very first time when you're rushing to get to an event or something, that can be really stressful. So doing like a makeup test at home can always be super helpful.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
And it's one of those things like how many of us have spent like hours in front of our computer like watching YouTube tutorials of how to do makeup things, but they don't always teach you how to become a character. They teach you how to look like snatched and so cute, but not like how to be your own nerdy dweeby self and become a character. So that's what we're doing.
Person, yeah.
So I'm looking super cute.
Wig too. Yeah, someone said they thought you got a haircut, so that's really funny because I guess
I know
your own hair color.
I love this. Like, look at this. Look at the dimension in the hair. Like this, there's lace front, and like if I wanted to, look how seamless and perfect that looks. That looks like it's my hair.
It really does. It looks so great on you. I love this short, sleek cut. So for this one is called Faith. I think we put the same color, dark chocolate, from the collection Noriko from René of Paris.
Yes, and I if anybody's looking to peruse the site, just look at, you can go by style, you can go by color when you're searching on the site. I have it linked in my bio, in my beacons or link tree. It's right in there at the top.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so just reneofparis.com. You could just browse from there. And then if you ever want to find a place to purchase it yourself, there's also store locator on there, so you can find some of our online partners.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're based in New York City, so I'm sure there's probably a couple different locations that are partners with the brand. There's probably a lot of people that are more New York based that are coming on here, but if anybody's Philly based, there are also quite a few different stores that participate. For you guys, favorite cosplay makeup look that you've done and most hilarious attempt story. Do you want to take that away?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna put primer on, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that too. Yeah, I got so much to the initial conversation. It's like we gotta start eventually, but I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say something boring, but I feel like the one that stands out is one of my favorites, which is like super common and super overdone and all that. But I think it was one of my favorites because it was one of the first times I tried to do a more elaborate look. And I think it was one of my twin looks that I tried. And I know that's like a cosplay that pretty much every cosplayer has done, but it was just like...
Did you say Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time
that's not boring.
Anything. Yeah.
That's not boring at all. Yeah. Everybody wants to do that makeup. It's gorgeous.
It's so fun to do, honestly, and I feel like getting into that character just makes you feel like her a little bit. It's great.
Like you're looking at the mirror and you're like, Mr. J.
I am a little crazy too.
I'm gonna let my freak flag fly. All right. So I'm taking like I'm a little old school, and I have these
I actually picked up some of those as well because I wanted to do it the way you do it. Or I got the best that I could find, the closest.
Okay, and just so people know what I'm looking at for reference, although the comics, that picture I just showed is great, I wanted a more full-on view. The image that I sent you, I think this is actually a cosplayer that does like body paint cosplay. I'm not sure what her name is.
Before. Yeah, that's great.
But we're not going to do the white eyes because I don't want to sit here and be like, Abby, I'm not sure what questions there are. I can't see them.
Just have to do it afterwards for the photos. But.
Yeah, and honestly, and you can do white out, like those contacts that white out your eyes. I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't like sticking all that junk in my eye. So, and quite frankly, you can pop in like any contacts that you want and have some fun with it, but you can have your eyes showing. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will look great either way.
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do, because her mask, what we're going to do is go up here. We're going to just start with the red, similar to how you would do like your foundation or your base. We're just going to start going in. We'll start from the outside going in and just start patting that in, that red in.
Okay. So yours is a cream makeup, right?
Yes, I love working with cream blends, and then you just do light layers and just start patting it in, similar to when you're working with cream-based foundations. You want to go light and layer as you need it.
Okay. So I do have just a little bit of eyebrow makeup. I might even just go ahead and wipe that off just so I have
Okay, no problem.
base to work with. Let's see. So I'm using kind of more of a traditional face paint, but I like that you can use a lot of different products to kind of get the same effect, which is cool.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. You know, I'm a big fan of using lipsticks actually. Even for everyday makeup, using them for eyeshadow, using them for blush, using them, you know, obviously for lipstick, even bronzer sometimes. Like I'll use lipsticks to do, and I feel like makeup trends are going towards being more fantastical, almost like the Harley Quinn look. Like, go bold colors, you know?
I love that. I've been definitely incorporating a lot more eyeshadows lately.
Yeah, and like eyeliners. I love when people do cool eyeliners with different colors.
It's such an easy way to just add a little flair to the look.
I know. Now, I'm not sure if you have what I call it a muggle job. Like referencing Harry Potter. Do you have a day job?
I do, yeah. I do video production work.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, you know what? People might not know how we met.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to go into that?
Well, so I'm sure you're a veteran to the influencer life. I'm definitely new to all that, but I got to meet you.
Well, yeah. That was
you look like a natural. Like, I was intimidated by you. You're like this. I'm in my element. You have a beautiful blonde wig on.
Yeah, so we basically met at an influencer event that was for us, a premiere of a thing. So that was a lot of fun. It was like a dinner and a cosplay thing. I remember when they contacted me, it was so last minute. I would have totally wanted to do like an over-the-top cosplay, but it was like such short notice.
I felt like such a dweeb. I came with a whole cloak because I thought everybody was going to be a cosplay.
That's so funny because I wished I had a cloak, and when I saw your cloak, I was like, oh, she has a cloak. I wish I brought my cloak.
Who is the guy that was there? He's famous on TikTok. Well, you're famous on TikTok. You're over 100K on TikTok. It's amazing. Yeah, so I mean, I love all your content. I love the different things that you do, from like the like you did one where you did your makeup in like under 3 minutes. You talk about like your professional life, you talk about wigs, you talk about cosplay.
A whole mix of a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There was this one guy that was at the event, and he's oh gosh, I'm kicking myself. I can't remember. He's the famous PA on a lot of movie sets and TV show sets.
Okay.
He's the one. He was recently on the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He's like big on TikTok for being like a very popular production assistant.
Okay, that's so funny. I'm not sure.
He was there, and I remember him opening the door, and I was so intimidated by all these influencers at this Amazon Prime event. And he opens the door, and I look up at him, and I go, "Oh my God, I follow you on TikTok."
There was so many moments like that where I was like, "Why am I here next to his like really?"
Yeah. And he looks down. He's like super tall. He's like, "Nice cloak." I was like, God.
He probably meant it though. Oh my gosh, he probably meant it. Because I feel like all the people they invited to that were other people who were into like cosplay and into that whole world. So it's like
yeah. Well, there were some very glamorous people there, so I felt a little bit too dorky to be there at some point.
Not at all. I definitely remember seeing your cloak and being like, that is awesome. I love that, and I wish I had mine. So putting
Well,
it in another perspective.
well, I was definitely that girl at the party, and I was really happy to meet some people. It was a little intimidating at first, but once we had the wonderful dinner together and got to talking with people, it was a lot less intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that was one of my first events as well. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you seem like a natural. I felt like a fish out of water. The only person I truly knew ahead of time, oh, wow, my brain is just completely blanking. Why can't I remember her? She's the Star Wars mom. She has the Baby Yoda. Why can't I remember her? Oh, it'll come to me.
Okay, so I'm sorry names too. I'm just like
I love her. I love her so much. I can't remember her handle. I'll remember it. But I only knew her. I was like, please come save me. I don't know what I'm doing here. Everyone's so beautiful. It was great. It was a wonderful time.
yeah, the dinner felt so fancy. It was like,
oh yeah, it's beautiful. The beautiful flower arrangements.
Mm-hmm. That was fantastic.
So, are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan? Out of curiosity.
It's hard for me to choose because I feel like I used to. I have a really big comic book family as well. So like my dad has been reading comic books since he was a kid. He's a huge collection in our basement when I was growing up, and my brother got super into it too. And I feel like for a long time, DC was like the fun kind of like darker side, and then I don't know, but I just love the characters from both. It's hard to choose.
Yeah, I shy away from some of the spider stuff because I get super claustrophobic in the masks, which is why I've learned how to do it with makeup.
Yeah.
And I have so much respect for people who do all of the masks and have the face shells, but that is some serious stuff. And if you have an ounce of claustrophobia, it can be really tough.
I feel like stuff like that I would only be able to do to like put on quickly and then take a couple photos, but I couldn't imagine wearing that to like an all-day event or anything like that.
Oh, I know. And people who do like full-on helmets and
oh my God.
like have you ever you've gone to cons, right? You go to New York Comic Con?
Yeah, I just started going to cons. It's funny, I got really excited about going to cons after I went to my first couple in 2019, and 2020 was coming, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to all the cons in 2020, and then of course that didn't happen. So then end of last year, I started to like get back into going to some of them again. But have you been going to all, like, when did you start going to them?
My first one was New York Comic Con 2016, and I knew of conventions, but it felt like I think people hear about conventions and they think it's a bunch of people that are going to gatekeep the community, and so I think that's very intimidating, and you need to have friends to take you to really feel like secure in those spaces. But as soon as I went, I did go with some friends, but as soon as I went, it was like you watch or you've read the Chronicles of Narnia, right? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
I equate it to when they walk through and they end up in Narnia, and they're like,
yeah, wow, that is such a good way to describe it, honestly. I remember the first one I went to was it was actually PAX East, which is one of the gaming conventions up in.
Yeah.
And the first time I went, I was nervous to do a full cosplay, so I just did this like kind of cosplay inspired look of an Overwatch character, and nobody even knew I was in cosplay because next to like the full cosplayers, I just looked like I was wearing like a regular outfit. And then I got like, being upset that I didn't do full cosplay. Like you almost feel more out of place if you're not in cosplay.
Yeah, I get that completely. It's one of those things where you have to learn to throw yourself in, and just don't feel embarrassed. Just throw yourself all the way in. So PAX East, and then you've done New York Comic Con. We probably were at New York Comic Con at the same time, but it's so big.
Exactly. Yeah. So I went to the one in 2019. That was my first Comic Con, and then I went to the one in 2021.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Oh, so I was there too, but what I did instead of going in, because I was a little bit scared, I wasn't sure how safe it was going to be inside the con, and it was actually safe. I heard really great things about it.
Yeah,
So I was out in Hudson Yard just like hanging out.
that's the cool thing about the convention centers is even if you're not inside, there's just so much happening just around it too. So
Right, that's very true. Okay, so something that I actually just found, like this is not necessary, but what I have here is the Warrior palette by Juvia's, and it's just eyeshadows. I love the pans and the fact that the names of the eyeshadows are actually the tribes in Africa, like major tribes in
wow.
Africa, which are all represented in Black Panther, which is one of my favorite parts of this palette.
Wow,
So
that's very cool.
that's what I use. I'm using these two reds
Mm-hmm.
to press this in.
Oh, okay. So what kind of makeup is that? Is that an eyeshadow palette?
It's just, yeah, eyeshadow palette. I just love how big the pans are.
Yeah.
And what you don't have to use eyeshadow to press it in. You can just use like a press powder, like a translucent press powder, or even just setting spray. But I just thought I would show an extra step that you can do if you'd like.
Yeah, that's really good because that can help kind of set it, almost like a
Yeah,
powder,
absolutely.
but it's eyeshadow. I think I actually do have a red I might be able to use in this palette. Let's see. How do you think my shape is for the mask? Do you think this is a good start?
Yes. Yeah. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna if we need to clean up the edges, we can.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, let's have some fun with it. This is kind of like when you're doing a trial and then you at the end you're like, okay, next time I think I'll do this. But
Yeah, the test phase. Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely.
It's always
One
fun.
of the things I really like about this.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, whenever I do a makeup test, I feel like it always ends up coming out better. And then when I actually have to do it for some sort of in-person event, it always comes out, it never comes out as good.
Especially if you don't leave yourself enough time before the event.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're just like stressed out and like, I look terrible.
The worst feeling. It's always the time to remind yourself, like, all right, it's no big deal.
Yes, yeah. And then like, I don't know about you, but if you've ever gotten pictures back and like what happened there? I've gotten pictures back. Ooh, I got like, that's strange. What is that? What just happened there? I've gotten pictures back and been like, oh, I looked great. What was I worried about?
Yeah, that's true too. It's like sometimes you just get so in your head about it because you're looking so much more closely at yourself than anyone would.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pictures come
out. Very critical in the moment.
Definitely.
I was gonna say one thing I like about this wig in comparison to other companies, like I am the queen of just trying to find affordable wigs, like super cheap wigs online. Yeah. Is that you have like a bunch of flyaways when it's not a very well-made wig. Mm-hmm. And I really don't have that problem with the René of Paris wig.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, it's nice because it has the lace front and the lace part, and sometimes with lace front you have to trim it yourself, but what's nice about this one is that it comes pre-trimmed, so it's just ready to go. I feel like trimming my own lace front can always be so intimidating. It's like, am I gonna like damage it? Or...
Oh my God, I didn't even know lace fronts, like that was something that I wasn't educated on when I first started on cosplay. It's I'd be like, why does it look so bad? Why does it look so bad? And people be like, are you going to get a better wig? I was like, I don't even know how to get a better wig. So I've come a long way.
Yeah, it's funny how like people think that something about the big difference with good wigs. It's like, it's not only just the hair quality, it's also like the cap is such a big detail. With the hairline and the part. Mm-hmm. And keep going back.
So I have a question. When I watch your content, you're so sweet and positive about every color, but I always want to know like can you pick a favorite? Do you have a favorite? Like I know you gravitate towards pink because it looks gorgeous on your skin.
Pink?
But do you have like a favorite color that you go to?
It's so hard. It's like I have my favorites of like the natural colors. Like I feel like with the natural looking colors, I always go for the extremes, like light blonde or dark brunette. And then I just love all the colors. Like I have a lot of like blue fun ones that are fun, blue ones that I really love doing, and like a lot of purple ones. And like our collection, the Muse collection, has a lot of really fun colors, like this beautiful kind of lilac color. one called Polar Sky.
Those ones remind me most of like anime characters.
Yeah, those are those are great. I feel like those are kind of, what's nice about these wigs is that you can use them for cosplay, but then they're also nice enough quality that you can also wear them for like fashion use and it'll still look really realistic. But like that collection has a lot of fun colors. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. When I think of you, I think of like, sometimes I think of like cotton candy colors because I feel like you just rock them so well.
I feel like a lot of the looks that I do on TikTok especially I just love having the fun colors on there because they're really eye-catching.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I always wonder, like, does she gravitate towards those colors, or is she secretly like, nah, I don't really like those colors?
Oh no, I love them, and any chance that I get to wear them out and about too, like even just for normal everyday looks. Like sometimes if I have a certain job that recalls for like
there was a video you did where I think you were going to like a rave or something.
Yeah. To have like a bright color or something.
I didn't know raves exist. That's real?
Yeah. A lot of them are like music festivals. So yeah, probably not like the traditional rave that comes to mind when you think of a rave, but it's pretty much just like a music festival type of look. But I love wearing the bright colors.
Oh, like a festival. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be more, like, well, I'm in Philly, like, I'm in boring Philly, like, what do I know about raves? But you're like, help me get ready for a rave. And I was like, haha, oh, she's serious. She goes through raves? That's cool people stuff. Wait, there's one in Philly? Huh? There's raves in Philly? What? That's crazy. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm not gonna get to, I'm not gonna get, I think so. Let me see. I am on the Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm gonna go in. I don't want to be a perfectionist. I'm gonna go in and start putting black on my eyelids up to the top of my eyebrows for right now. So I'm gonna grab another sponge.
Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna follow your lead with this. This is the part where it gets a little trickier.
Okay. Black. Okay. Go in and press in. I don't like this black. It's not pigmented enough. I have a backup. I think I have a backup.
Yeah, I'm just using the space paint for the first time, so I'm still experimenting with just how pigmented it is. So we'll see.
Yes.
How well this works. Let's see. So how did you get started doing cosplay? What was your first cosplay? What made you want to get into it?
Great question. So I went with friends to New York Comic Con 2016, and I, like you had said with PAX East, I kind of did basically what you would do for like a Halloween party that you want to look good at, and my partner at the time was doing like a casual Tony Stark, so I was like, okay, well, Iron Man 2 just came out, I'll do Black Widow. So I just got myself, some basic stuff online, and I didn't know anything about wigs, so I colored my hair red. That was awesome. A trip.
That looked great.
But it does not, I did it bright red, and that was not, my job did not like that. My Muckle job did not like that. So I did that, and then I was just like, man, this is so cool. I spent so many years of my life being this, being this kid that was being made fun of and pushed around, lunch stolen, like just, it was a hard time for a good chunk of my childhood. But I would seek solace in comic books and going to the library and reading, and so walking into a con and seeing so many people like excited to see you and excited to chat with you. I was like, okay, I'm stung. I can't not do this.
I love that. Yeah, I love the way you're describing it. This is like, I don't know, I got like chills even thinking about that. I don't know if that's dramatic, but it's such a thing. It's like these topics, these characters that you get super excited about that you don't necessarily know a lot of people that feel the same way about them. And then suddenly you're in a room full of everyone is just as excited about it as you are. And it's just such a fun
Yes.
kind
And
of
like,
environment.
obviously, like, you know, each community, like even if you're in the knitting community, you're going to have, you know, people who are bullies or people who aren't very nice. But for the most part, as long as you know, you are being a positive force yourself, you find a lot of people who like will look at you even if you're not at the top of your game in cosplay, and they'll just be like, awesome job, and that's just what a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it is so nice because of course you go to these cons and there's cosplayers that are just like, I have no idea how they made that, but everyone is just so welcoming. And especially if you're wearing a character that's someone's favorite character, they just like get so happy to see their favorite character in person. It's like being at Disney World. Seeing all
and that's why I like even like doing lesser known characters like this Spider-Girl has been a dream for me to do, because when you go to a con, if you do like a really popular character, then obviously, you know, you're going to get people like, awesome, you know, awesome job. But if you do like a lesser known character, even though you're kind of like, oh gosh, does anybody know who I am? One person that goes, are you Ashley Barton's Spider-Girl? Yep. Oh my God, I love it.
That is the best feeling. Yeah, I did
like,
very like little known characters, but they're called like, I don't know if you know the fairies from the Wigs Club. I dressed as that fairy.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, every little girl goes crazy for those.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people don't know who they were, but I actually wore that to either Anime NYC or Comic Con. I forget which one. So it didn't entirely fit the theme, but the few people who did recognize me were like freaking out over it. Like, oh my gosh, you're Stella from Wigs Club. Like, it was just a fun feeling.
It's so great. Like there's something truly special about that. It makes you kind of, I don't know. I like to do that. I like to like pair up with people, and I'll be their supporting character. They can be the main character, and I'll just be the lesser known character that's like their sidekick. That's totally fine, because the thrill of just being a part of a community like that is so wonderful. I don't have to be the center of attention. I don't have to be a popular character.
Yeah, it is so fun to be a part of a group cosplay too, because then like you just have the whole group. I've only really done that once so far. I did that at Anime NYC. A couple of friends were some of the Sailor Scouts with me, and that was really awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I saw something. I think it was just artwork, but I'm kind of hoping that in the future I see this cosplay. It was a mashup of Moon Knight and Sailor Moon.
Wow. Oh, that is awesome.
I want to see that.
I feel like characters that are really, really well known, like Sailor Moon characters, all the mashups are so exciting to see at the cons because people get so creative.
So, yes, I love it. I like that. You see that a lot with big ones, like, I don't know if you've ever been to Katsucon or Dragon Con. Yeah. Well, if you ever need a buddy, or if you're like, I'm gonna go, but I want to be able to like link up with some people, just let me know. I'll link up with you.
I would love that. Yeah, definitely, especially next time we're both at one of the New York cons. We have to meet up with each other because that would be so much fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's New York Comic Con is the first weekend in October typically.
Yes, I actually just got my tickets. I'm going to the Friday and the Sunday, I think.
Oh, very nice. I totally I probably screwed myself in not getting tickets yet. I'm so bad. I never see movies when they first come out, and I never am like trying to get convention tickets first thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed the 4-day.
I definitely need to be better about that. What'd you say? I didn't get, uh, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I remember aha. We look like raccoons now.
Look, it's kind of coming together. I
Oh,
tried to
funny.
shape it a little more with my eyeliner because I felt like I couldn't get
Yeah.
the precision I wanted with.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my liquid liner and just do some shaping because I think I'm just scared of messing up the shape.
Yeah.
So go in. I'm just gonna freehand it. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself to be perfect.
Yeah, definitely. That's the fun of a look like this, is if you mess up, you just use a makeup wipe, just adjust it a little bit, and then just keep going.
Exactly. And anybody who tells you you don't look exactly right, ask them to send you their perfect look.
Exactly. Like, you try.
Because they don't have it. They are just being haters.
Exactly.
I love how you handle people who pass on any negativity on your channel. I love how you handle it.
For the most part, I feel like people who leave negative comments, it just seems so silly to me at this point because a lot of the things they leave comments about are just so ridiculous that I'm like, really? You just took the time to write that? Like, so I just try to see the humor.
Yeah, I would consider I was always a very sensitive kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what is a small mercy in this life is I have never been hurt by any negative comments. It never hurts me because I know it's not about me. It's hurt. What is the saying? Hurt people. Hurt people.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it.
Definitely applies. So you just think like, what kind of people are the people leaving these comments? Like,
Mm-hmm.
really just took the time to do that.
On TikTok, it's like actual legitimate children, and I'm like, where are your parents?
Yeah, sometimes I go to almost respond to someone and I'm like gonna say something back and then I realize they're probably actually like a kid and I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna answer. Like,
I know. I see. I don't know. Do you have siblings?
I do. I have 2 older brothers. Yeah.
You're the youngest.
I am. Yeah.
Now, I'm the oldest, so I'm the big sister. So I was the big sister in the movie theaters where if there were any kids that were misbehaving, I was so embarrassing to my siblings. I would be like, I'm gonna give them a stern talking to.
Everyone's older
So
sister.
whenever I see like children online misbehaving, I'm like, I'm gonna verbally spank you, I think. All right. Okay. Woo! It's okay if you mess up. It's always fixable.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just kind of following your lead here, just trying to see how you do it, and then I'll attempt.
So I don't know if I like this shape, but since this is a makeup trial, we're gonna go with it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to match that.
I can't decide. What do you think? Are you gonna put did you put the black entirely on your eyelid? Like on this part?
So yes, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna press some black eyeshadow in to make sure I don't have these creases. Yeah. So, is there any? Yes, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that makes me laugh so much when people do that. So I have a question for you. I have a question for you. What is a cosplay you dream of doing?
It's funny because I feel like a lot of them are just like I mentioned that one Winx Club character I did. I feel like one of my goals is just to do all of the Winx Club fairies over time, especially because their outfits are so pretty and sparkly. I'm just like, I just want to make all these sparkly outfits.
Wait, what did you do like a lot of Halloween looks when you were a kid?
Yeah, that's how I got into cosplay in the first place. Is I started to get more and more into making elaborate Halloween looks, and then one year I was like, why don't I just do this more often than just Halloween? So
Yeah. And so wait, do you sew as well? I didn't know if you sewed.
A tiny bit. I kind of, every time I make a new cosplay, I feel like I use it as an opportunity to learn a new skill. So every time I try to make an outfit, I try to sew at least a part of it. And I feel like at this point, my sewing skills are good enough for cosplay, but I probably wouldn't try to make like an actual outfit because cosplay can be kind of forgiving sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That is such a good mentality to have.
Yeah, it's like if I have a couple of threads hanging off, no one's gonna say anything.
Yeah, I remember, a lot of times the question that I get is, how do I get the confidence to craft or sew when I didn't grow up with those skills? It's like, just make one thing. Just make one thing and watch your confidence grow.
Definitely. And you'd be surprised, like anyone who hasn't tried it before, you'd be surprised just how much better you're gonna do at it than you think. Because every time I make something new,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, I didn't know I was capable.
Yes, absolutely. I was just talking to somebody about that, about it's really, really tough to humble yourself and try something with the risk of being bad. Like I grew up with very strict parents and my background is part Japanese, part Irish, and so you needed to be good out the womb. And you're not going to be. You're not going to be good immediately at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So putting your ego on the line and possibly being really bad at something is so scary.
Yeah.
But the more I do it, the I feel the more confident I become, even if I'm bad at something.
Definitely. And the more you do it, the better you get. And every time you look at like a really impressive, amazing cosplayer online, it's like they all started the same way anyone else did too. So
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Oh, it's so nice chatting with you. You're so fun.
yeah, this is a lot of fun. I like this as we're painting our faces fun colors.
I'm just imagining like the pizza delivery person comes and you're like, hi.
Have you ever had experiences like that where you're like in cosplay and you have to answer the door?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. But you know what? I think cosplay's permeating society so much more that people are like, oh, they're probably cosplaying.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like people know exactly what you're doing. like the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I did like a pop art look. I actually did it for the René of Paris channel, one of our recent live streams. And
Ooh.
then I was wearing it around the house, and I forgot I was wearing it, and I saw a cat outside my house, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go pet that cat. Then I realized I'm just standing in my front yard with blue hair and cosplay, like cosplay makeup on. Like, all my neighbors think I'm crazy now.
You know what? Let them think you're crazy. Well, I thought I saw a meme like that. Sometimes I vacuum my driveway just so that my neighbors know not to talk to me.
That is so funny.
I'm a friendly person, but sometimes I can get really shy with strangers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I encourage them to think I'm a crazy person, that's all right by me.
Yeah, right. So when you do your cosplay shoots, do you ever have experiences like that where you have to go out somewhere and cosplay? And how do you react? Like how do you handle people kind of staring and stuff?
Well, were you a theater kid?
Not really. I feel like I always wanted to be, but I was too shy to get into it.
I was definitely a theater kid, and I think you get inducted into the embarrassment club, and it stops being embarrassing after a while to like be seen in a random costume. So that definitely lent itself to my ability to be embarrassed and get over it. Plus, most of the time, exactly. Most of the time, too, people go, what is it for? Can I ask? And you're like, oh, I'm doing a photo shoot. And they're like, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I have missed all these comments. Yeah, more people are going to be, oh my gosh, I've missed all of these comments. For some reason, I thought nobody was commenting. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I missed all these. Oh my gosh, I keep on scrolling. This is so sweet.
And I'm scrolling too to catch up on some of these.
Oh my gosh, look at all these. Look at all these sweetie pies. Hi, everybody. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Okay, let's see. All right, so now that we have a basic eye shape, and they look like sisters, not twins, that's fine.
We're doing your eyebrows, like.
Yes, exactly. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna start on the basic outline with my liquid liner.
Okay.
And we can clean up all the edges at the end.
Okay, great. I even bought a fresh liquid liner just in case I needed. I knew I was going to be using a lot of it. Let's see.
My gosh, I'm so reliant on liquid liner. What is it about a line across your eyes that just brings out the self-confidence in you?
Yeah, what is it? I guess you just get so used to seeing yourself with it. It's like, okay, this is part of my face now.
Mm-hmm. Although, you know, what's one really lovely thing about quarantine and lockdown is no longer caring to put makeup on your face. One, your skin being like, finally. And two, kind of looking at yourself without makeup and being like, I'm actually prettier without the makeup. Mm-hmm. We always say that to our friends. We're like, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful without the makeup. Yes. Ooh, this is looking good. Okay. Oh. All right, I'm gonna bring my mask down to like my earlobe. I'm gonna bring it right there. Hey, you can do whatever you want. If you like a different, if you want the placement somewhere else, that's up to you. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Before I clean up some details, like you can see, like there's some little things here. I'm not even going to worry about the parts that, you know, you can see a little bit of pigmentation going a little wrong, because once you put those webs in, the more that design that goes in, the less you're going to see those issues.
Oh,
so,
right. Okay.
yeah, no worries about having everything be perfect.
Great.
So we're gonna freehand this. What we're trying to do is create a web starting from the bridge of the nose going outward.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. The easy part is just doing a line down the front, that center there. Easy. Actually, a better rule of thumb to work outward and in, because I tend to have a steadier hand the further on into the makeup look, but we're gonna risk it all.
Okay, and again, this is a low pressure look. We got the makeup test going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup test phase. I'm telling that to myself because I'm like, okay, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up.
You're good. We will forgive. Hey, there's Friday night. We will forgive you and be kind to you the way that you should be kind to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then the reference picture that I have, she has a pretty the next lines that I see most are this cool X going up. So I would say starting from the bridge of the nose, going up past the eyebrow line. So we're going to go from the bridge of the nose up. It doesn't have to look exactly like the reference image. We're just going to take small and go like this.
Gotta find the right angle. Like I would start by watching you, and then I'm like, okay, I can attempt.
Yes. And honestly, spider webs aren't perfect. So
Really?
the more organic it looks, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. There we go.
Okay, something's happening.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna look so good when it's done.
That's the great part about a makeup look like this is you don't need to buy all these fancy supplies, and you could just make
Yeah.
something like. And
then I have a little tip. I love the reference image that we're using because she does similar to what you're talking about before the pop art that you did. She has a little bit of that shading, but there's an extra little bit of shading. It looks like she did it too, but it is my little trick to make it look like the mask is coming off of your face, like a three-dimensional.
That's very cool.
We'll do that at the very end.
Okay, great.
Okay, here's the X coming down. Cool. All right. Okay.
It's so hard to talk and do this at the same time.
I know.
I'm so careful.
Do you ever do that thing when you're like putting your mascara on and you're like this?
Yeah. Like pure focus.
Yep. Okay. So now I'm gonna stop putting too much pressure on myself. I'm gonna go right at the center of my eye, right here. And I don't want it to be too parallel, so I'm gonna go out a little bit more of an angle.
Okay.
And go across my cheekbone here. All right. See how it's not exactly parallel?
Ah, yes. Kind of can like split off a little.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. And then what do I want to do? I'm going to go right past the point that I made. That's kind of like the top of her eyebrow. I'm going to go right past that and go to my temple. Do that on both sides. All right. Look at the reference real quick. Oh yeah, we can just do whatever we want here. Okay. Right down here, almost like in the line of your eyelashes going down. We also want to make sure it's not exactly parallel to this. We're going to go at a little bit more of an angle. To the mid of the ear, it looks like. And on the other side.
Okay. Coming
Look
together.
at us. Okay. And we can kind of just have some fun filling this in right here. Just go and put one right in the middle there to your hairline. Here. I hope we're not missing any questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We'll have some fun with it. Okay. All right, so this is the fun part. Creating these kind of bowed strings between these vertical lines.
Okay.
I'm going to start from the outside going in, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to start here. I'm going to go like, I'm going to start like right here so that when I bow, it doesn't touch the top here. I'm just going to do a nice U shape right here, okay?
Oh, I see. Okay.
These are not going to be perfect, and they're not meant to be.
But even just adding that one little thing already starts bringing it together a bit.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then these kind of just swoop down. So you're just going to connect that and do another swoop down.
All right.
I feel like Bob Ross right now. Imagine if Bob Ross did this on his face.
A very soothing spider girl tutorial.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna put a little funny guy right here, right here.
Happy little swoop, like.
Yes, happy little swoops. Okay, another swoop.
Okay.
Another swoop. Nice. All right, and then I'm just gonna match that shape right over here. Wee.
Kind of doing
When they go over here, like your hair, the hair is gonna cover it. So if you mess up, it's totally okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. What do I want to do here? Go in between. I want it to touch this.
I want to ask the question, how long does it usually last, especially during a hot summer day?
Ooh, that is a great question. Ugh. What I have here, and it's not actually in the original bottle, I put it in a separate squirt bottle, is the Maron Barrier Spray.
I have that too. It's incredible. Like,
sometimes on regular makeup, I even put it on, but it will make it stick to your skin.
yeah.
And it burns. Do not get it in your eye. So I have my barrier spray. I'm almost out, so I'm ordering some more on Amazon. It's pretty cost effective. That will make it stick and stay.
Yeah, it's really fantastic for special effects makeup. It's just so much more heavy duty than the average setting spray.
Mm-hmm. I would say it would last all day, but you don't. One of the things with my eczema, I remember New York Comic Con must have been 2018. I did Colossus, and then I also did a Critical Role cosplay the next day. So I had so much makeup on my face, like special effects makeup on my face the entire weekend, that I got swollen eyes, like they swelled shut. Yeah.
Wow.
So you don't want to keep this on for too long, but if you can have makeup that has been approved to, like, gone through tests to be okay on skin or is approved for sensitive skin, the longer it's going to feel okay on your face.
So was it the setting spray specifically that you think made your eyes sensitive, or was it just the makeup in general?
It's just your skin is an organ, and it's not breathing when you have that on for too long.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely be very.
I learned my lesson.
So do you do, like, I know you do like your cosplay photo shoots and stuff. What do you prefer? Do you prefer doing cosplay at in-person events, or do you like doing like the kind of behind the scenes, like TikTok, Instagram type of thing?
I would say I love any opportunity that I have to collaborate in any way. So if I do a photo shoot, I like to do it with people that I love to work with. Mm-hmm. There's something about that shared experience that it makes it more special. Yeah. So, like, you kind of forget the experience of dressing up when you're just doing it in your home. But when you share the experience with people, it makes it so special. So whether that's a con or a photo shoot, just sharing the experience with at least one other person. What about you? What do you like?
I like both. It's like doing it from the comfort of my home can be a little less scary because it's like I don't feel as self-conscious. But then when I have a cosplay that I feel really excited about and I just want to wear it out, it's fun to kind of have its like debut moment. Mm-hmm. So and then meeting people who get excited about the character and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I would say the thing that the challenge that I've had recently is I have gone from just doing cosplay, like just like going like like doing a pose, to actually bringing some more action to the character. So I'll do a fan film as the character, or I'll do a photo shoot where I'm like, I'm gonna climb something and jump off of something and fight someone.
That is so awesome. I've seen some of your recent photos using movement, and they all just look so awesome.
I love it. I absolutely love it because the whole concept of cosplay is making characters more accessible than on a movie screen or in a comic book.
Yeah.
When you bring them to life with action, you're doing something that sometimes the actors that portray them in movies can't even do.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
You make them more real, and it's so much fun. And how much fun is it to play, you know? That's part of cosplay, you know?
Definitely, for sure.
So the challenge that I have is in making makeup last when you're punching and kicking.
Mm.
So doing tests like this are super important.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm getting closer to the inner part of my face, which is getting scary.
That's when it gets really hard to speak while doing it.
Uh-huh. Oh gosh, I am so messing up. Look at this. Look at this jagged line. It's okay, we can fix this. I'll go in and put some red right on that mess up spot. Okay, and then I'll do, what do I want to do here? We're gonna go, in that X point, we're gonna bring one line into the eye on both sides. There. Okay. And one more.
Someone just said this is amazing and not taking as long as I would have thought. Someone said I see pics and this could have taken me hours. Yeah. This really comes together.
I know in my mind I'm stressing out that I'm taking too long to do this, but I guess it's not taking as long as I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I would totally do?
Hmm.
I would love to do this on somebody's face. Like I
think
would
that'd be so
love
much
to do
easier
that.
too to kind of look at it from outside of yourself. It's like I almost want
Yeah.
to like, yeah, look at it from a different angle.
You know what I always want to do, but I haven't had the opportunity to do it in a long while. I like being, remember I told you I'm a big sister.
Yeah.
I love being a big sister to people at cons. So I talk about this with my photographers. A lot of time, women in cosplay especially will get really self-conscious that they don't look good in their cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the photographer, like, what do you think? And shows the picture, I can sometimes see on their faces, like, oh, I don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
And maybe they're nitpicking themselves. I like being the person that goes, oh my God, you look so good.
Yeah. Just hype them up and get them to feel it themselves too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that. And then being like, oh, I see what you mean. I think we can show off your beautiful waistline if you just turn a little bit to this way. I love doing that.
Yeah, that's amazing. It is so nice to be able to help someone feel more comfortable.
Yes, and then, because all of a sudden, then they go like, okay, and then they do it, and they turn, and they like arch their back, or like they get a little sass into it, and I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm. And then they really start getting into it. Yeah.
And then they look at the photo, and they're like, oh, that looks really good. I didn't know I could look that way.
All about the poses and the angles, for sure.
And having the support, because sometimes photographers, they don't notice, oh, like her bra strap is showing, or she's got a ponytail on her wrist.
Yeah.
Like, I love being the support there.
It's like noticing things that a fellow cosplayer would notice, but a photographer might not necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Man, I would help somebody do their makeup and their hair and help them during a photo shoot any day. That is one of my favorite things to do.
That would be so fun. We should definitely get together in person at some point and do these looks. Go to a con.
That would be so fun.
It'd be so much
Yeah,
fun.
definitely. So my next con is MegaCon. I'm going to be meeting up with Liz Wonder, Super Addie, Foggy Night, Hannah Klein, aka Babe in Toyland, and a couple of other people. I've never been to MegaCon in Florida, so this is big.
So fun.
And then I'll do Awesome Con that's either in DC or Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that one after MegaCon. And after that, I don't know what my plans are. Is your next one definitely just going to be New York Comic Con?
That's the next one I have scheduled so far.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I want to go to Anime NYC definitely. But I really would love to start going to some other states too and start traveling for more.
Yeah. Well, you did PAX East. That's Boston, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That one was a lot of fun.
Okay, so matching the other side,
Yeah.
LA Con. Oh, wait, Kristen, we are on the East Coast.
I think
That
I
is
actually might be
very
going to
hard.
LayCon though. That one's in December. I think I actually may be going to that. So
What? Oh,
very excited.
you know what? I am going to California. I'm going to California for Power Morphicon. I think that's in
Ooh, okay.
Pasadena.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
I'm so excited because I think that one is every other year or every 4 years, something like that.
Oh wow,
Um,
so it's not annual. Okay.
right. So it's quite an event that's obviously been put off for some time, and I have recently become uh, just absolutely entrenched in the Power Rangers community, and they are really fun.
That's amazing. And that is so much cosplay content.
I know. They're
Endless.
like, when's your next one? Like, I can't keep up. All right, I'm going to start from the top because the bottom is kind of intimidating to me. I'm going to start from here and go, here's a little U shape here. I'm just
Mine,
not going to focus on being perfect.
yeah, mine's definitely not going to be symmetrical, but I think something's coming together. Hmm.
All right, looking good, Babs, looking good.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel like even if it's not symmetrical, it still has the right effect and people can tell it's like a spider girl.
I'm trying to imagine somebody coming up to you at a con and like holding your face and being like, not symmetrical.
Right? I have to use that TikTok filter after this that like does the have you ever seen that the inverse filter where it just switches back and forth?
Oh my God. Don't do that if you
Yeah.
want good mental health.
I'll just do it and save it just for myself. Like
Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see. We got this. We got this.
Ooh. I feel like the more little swoopy lines I add, the better it looks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. That looks cool. Almost looks like a little bit of a shadow. It looks, oh, I like that.
I think like
That's
from adding
really
like a
pretty.
double to some of them, I feel like it's kind of
I
helping.
like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I accidentally, like, you can see like a little bit of double lines here, and it actually makes it look better. So I'm just going to purposefully do a double line there. Love
Yeah, I feel
that.
like I'm kind of liking making it less uniform. I feel like that's kind of creating a cool effect.
Mhm. Agreed.
Ooh. It's gonna be so hard to want to take this off after.
Oh my
It's
God,
always
my
the struggle.
washcloths, Charlie! My washcloths are like, not me, not me.
That is so funny. It's like how many washcloths have I stained with just like ridiculous.
I'm just like, I jump in my shower, it looks like blood. Okay, okay. Last one here. All right. Is that all of it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied
Now,
with this.
now I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of correction here and there. What am I doing? There we go. Let's take a new sponge. The good thing about these little triangle sponges, while they might not be as like perfect as beauty blenders, you can get so many for so cheap.
Yeah. Which is good for looks like this, because then once you get it all stained red, it's like you can't really use it for your normal foundation as easily.
Exactly. You know what? I'm just gonna go in with some lipstick instead and just paint in some of the spots that got a little messed up.
That's a good idea. You can kind of use that as like as a touch up.
Yes, I'm happy with it. You know what's nice about this? If you get a matte lipstick, which I don't even think this is matte, it looks like it because it's drying very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't have to worry about it bleeding because it's formulated to dry on the skin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks like a really good tool for this. I'm so glad I didn't attempt to put any sort of foundation on first or anything, because that would make this the touch-ups really
Yeah,
hard.
the thing that I learned when I was first doing Colossus was I don't know enough about chemistry to know if you have a water-based this and if you have this chemical in this makeup, it's going to combine poorly. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know enough about chemistry to confidently make a decision about which products to use.
That was a good point. Yeah, yeah. So if you're mixing like an oil-based versus a water-based, it kind of separates.
Exactly. So I try to use the least amount of products as possible to avoid that.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with it not going all the way to my hairline here because the hair is going to go to the front.
Right. Okay. Good point.
So the next thing I want to do, if you're ready to move forward,
Yeah, I'm ready.
is I want to do the cute little what is it? Oh, I want to take some white. I'm not sure if you have anything
I
white.
do. I have a white liquid eyeliner.
Perfect. Ooh. Okay. I do have a little brush that I can use. I haven't washed it though. So I'm just taking my brush and getting some of the product off. I'm just taking this. Okay. This lovely lady I'm using as a reference does it right here. Oh gosh, I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, here we go.
I might even put, this is like, the brush itself is pretty small already, but I might even put it on an even smaller
Okay.
brush just so I really have that precision. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. Like a little bit of shine. This is a Dewy Queen.
It's crazy how just adding that little bit of highlight or shadow just makes it look so much more realistic.
Isn't that weird? Like, yeah, realistic as if
Yeah.
as if we have masks like this.
It just looks like more high effort.
Oh, you're gonna love the other thing that I'm gonna have us do after this. All right. Ooh. Okay. This one I'm a little bit scared about, but it's very important. I'm gonna just dab
Oh, to kind of create like a
like a brow bone almost. Ooh, this is scary. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Just a second. You have to get the the product that rubs off on the brush. You have to definitely brush that off between applications.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Yeah, definitely turning my
Okay.
a gray color.
Actually, the more subtle it is, the better. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Oh, wait, let's try
Yeah,
to do it.
yours. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like a little bit of blending actually kind of makes it look even nicer.
Yes, I agree. Okay. Let's just put in that subtle line, and then we can go in with a more pigmented white afterwards. Woo! Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend.
like looking exactly how the comic character is painted, and it's almost like just putting that exact drawing just on your face.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. One of the things that I like to do is look at pencil drawings of people's faces, whether it's the actor who portrays the character. When there are artists online who do pencil, black and white pencil drawings, I'm telling you these aren't the same, isn't it? Um, they get the shadowing and the highlighting really well, the contour of the natural contour of the face, where you're like, I don't look exactly like it. Why? And it's like, oh, because she has a pronounced brow bone that requires some highlight there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that comment.
Okay.
You can't tell me these aren't the exact same person.
I like that too. All right. So what I'm going to do is on the bottom do the same kind of blended.
It's like I'm doing an acrylic painting on my face.
No, I like it. Why can't regular makeup be this fun? Okay. Actually, it can be sometimes.
I know. I'm just gonna start doing this as my everyday makeup look.
Yeah. I'm so bad. I rarely ever wear makeup anymore to work. I think I just got used to it from the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Of like you needed workers here, and you didn't care if I looked perfectly polished. You just cared that I was here.
Yeah.
So clearly it doesn't matter if I'm wearing makeup or not. You just need a good worker.
True. I've been lucky to still be able to work remotely for a lot of the times, and it's really just like, okay, roll out of bed, put on my eyebrows, and maybe a little bit of eyeliner. Like,
Lucky duck. I totally love that.
yeah.
Okay. What do I am liking this. I am liking it. Okay. I need to put in more of a highlight on the top here. Just on this top part.
I can't even believe how much just adding that highlight just upped the look so much.
Yeah.
Like
It
so
creates
happy.
more dimension. So it looks like it goes from face paint, like a birthday party face paint, to she is a gorgeous character.
Right.
Right. Blend. There we go. I'm not gonna get too perfectionist about it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna want to take this off now.
I know. Oh, do you ever say goodbye to yourself after you look in the mirror at the end of the night and you're like, goodbye.
Yeah,
It's nice
yeah.
to meet you.
Especially with a look like this, where even if you do it again, it's never gonna look exactly the same.
No.
That's a look that I do. I've done a couple times now. Is Raven from Teen Titans, and even though it's a pretty simple face paint, every time I do it, I can never get it to look the same.
Quite the same. I gotcha. Yeah.
But I definitely love doing that look.
I'm gonna put a little bit of highlight in that reference image. It looks like there's a little bit right underneath here.
Oh, I like that.
It's very subtle. I'm nervous to put it below. It looks like she might have messed up a little bit on that, or like made it a little bit more yellowy, and I don't want to experiment with that. So we'll just make it up.
Yeah, make it our own, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like it. Okay, and then actually I'm going to go down the nose, like a little highlight.
Ooh.
On the nose.
Yeah, this really just makes it go from just a flat kind of what you were saying, like a face paint look at a party, to like you are the comic book character coming off of the page.
Agreed. It looks like she did a little shadow somewhere, but we're not going to worry about that so much. I want to show you when you're ready.
I think I'm about This white got a little too intense, but if I can blend it a little.
Ooh, it looks so good.
Ooh,
It looks like silking. I love that. I love the double lines. That was such a good call.
Yeah, I think making it a little less uniform in some parts. I kind of liked how that came out.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm gonna do, oh, there's Danny. What I'm gonna do is, so you can see I've messed up a little bit where I have some red going over. I'm actually not even gonna try to correct that because we're gonna use that area to create some dimension.
Ooh.
So like we were saying before, you know, you need to elevate with some shading to make it go from a face paint
I'm
to.
excited for this. This is gonna be cool.
Yes, yes, yes. So actually, yes, I do. When I get too close, I'm like, ooh, go back. Here we go. Okay. So what I like to do, I did this with katana. I did bombshell katana one time, and I seriously feel like I killed it. Okay. So
I love all the bombshell looks. That was so cool.
there's a Harley Quinn bombshell, right?
Yeah, there's a Harley Quinn and a Raven one that looks really cool. The Poison Ivy one is really awesome. Yeah,
Oh,
gotta try all of those.
So what I'm taking is I just blended some black and some white, or you can take a gray, or yeah, I would say take a gray. We're gonna try that first, and you're just gonna do a little bit of shading beneath the gray or beneath the black line.
Now, you're using an eyeshadow for this, or what? What do you?
Just the just your palette or cream blend, but honestly, eyeshadow is better. Eyeshadow is better. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right.
Let me try like a gray eyeshadow or something. What do I have it on me?
Do I have gray eyeshadow? Let me see. You know, I should get gray eyeshadow because that's actually when you're doing makeup transformation looks, gray eyeshadow is better for contour, for very subtle contour, because shadows on the face aren't brown, they're gray.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have gray eyeshadow, but that's gonna have to be on my to buy list. Yeah, I only have silver and I don't want to get sparkly. Okay. Well, if you have eyeshadow, do eyeshadow, but you're just gonna go underneath that black line and create a kind of smudged, smoky line beneath it.
Okay.
That's gonna make it look like there's shadow beneath.
Wow, yeah.
Yes, like it's coming up off of your face.
That really does create a very cool effect.
It's very subtle. Here's the Jonathan Bell. He's the best. Here's the thing. Sometimes there are makeup tips and tricks that I have learned through trial and error that in person it looks crazy. But when you get your pictures back, whether it's at a con or whether you're taking the pictures yourself, you're like, oh, that made all the difference.
Yeah, okay.
That's something that I remember thinking was so unfair. When you go to cons, especially local cons, you're usually in a warehouse with fluorescent lighting. Nobody looks good in that.
Right.
So you almost want to take most of your pictures outside in natural lighting.
Yeah, I love when there's cons at the Javits Center because you have that little area where it's just the light coming through that kind of glass ceiling. Those are the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you go to a con, especially your local con, it behooves you. It is important to know your area because you can, especially if you're feeling a little claustrophobic inside, which I definitely get claustrophobic with a lot of people in one space.
Yeah.
I like to take myself outside for some fresh air, maybe to go grab something to eat. And when you get that natural lighting, you're like, oh, why am I not taking pictures here?
Right. you ever have that experience when you're at a con and you're just like really happy with your cosplay, and then suddenly you find yourself like just surrounded by people taking pictures of your look? It is like the best feeling. You feel like a celebrity.
I remember, so who I am when I'm not in cosplay, when I'm not Babs Butcher, and I'm out in the world at my muggle job or with family or with my, you know, non-cosplay friends, I tell them, oh, one day I got to take you to a con. But you know what? It's definitely a weird experience, especially if I'm doing like a cosplay that is, you know, something where people are going to have a really good reaction to it. Like if I'm coming bringing like Wasp or Captain Marvel or Captain Carter or something really cool that I've been building up.
Yeah.
I was like, I know you don't think I'm cool now, but when we go to that con, you're going to change your mind about me. They're like, yeah, okay.
You really just feel like you're surrounded by paparazzi. It's so fun.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I lead a double life. Most people don't know about my cosplay life.
That is so funny. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people I work with don't always know about it.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. What's your policy about telling people what you do as far as online content?
I mean, I tell people, it also depends, because I feel like some people hear like, oh, you make TikToks, and they kind of think it's like silly. So I kind of try to gauge like how they would react to it. And then if they wouldn't make fun of me for it, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I make TikToks.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've been at jobs where people think it is the coolest thing, and I've been at jobs where they're like, no way, quit that stuff. And I'm like, nope, not quitting.
But the people that think like that are people that think they have to act a certain way to be like professional or like an adult or whatever. It's like you could still have fun with the same stuff you've always loved.
But it's no, it was like, well, my first con, I was so surprised walking with my friend who was dressed up, ended up acting like security. Excuse me, get out of the way. Excuse me, very important person walking through. All right, so I'm doing the same thing. Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that?
I love this.
And what you can actually do for one extra step. Let me just show you while I'm on the bottom. You don't have to do this because this is fine as is. But I will take a lighter color or white, and just, especially on the high points of your face, so like your cheekbone, right under that gray, go white.
Ooh. And you're really creating the shadow. It's like back to high school art class. Lights and
yes. I never did well in art class. And I kind of wish I could go back and be like,
Yeah, you asked me that question before, like what group I was in high school, and I couldn't remember. And I guess I kind of was one of like the art kids.
Were you? Oh, that's
kind
cool.
of, yeah, but not really. But you know, I took all the art classes and stuff, and it was the fun place to hang out in my school.
I was definitely, well, so I went to, part of my high school was abroad, and I had lovely, lovely friends in Germany, and I was definitely, I was definitely considered a little bit more cool in Germany. Jake Ryan's in the house. And I was cooler in Germany, and then I came to America, and I was just the weird kid. I was just the weirdo. And I was okay with that because I was a weirdo. I'm always a weirdo in America. Americans are like dork. And I got comfortable with that. There are people from my past, from my high school, even my elementary school, who follow me and look at my stories and look at my content. And I always want to ask, like, how did you find me? And what do you think now? Do people from your high school or your elementary school or college, do they follow you?
Sometimes, yeah. Like a lot of times, if they already followed me on like because I have like 2 Instagrams, like my cosplay Instagram and then just like the one I use for my personal life. And usually they just see it from like that Instagram. Yeah, I never know what to expect that they think about it. I try not to overthink it too much, but I'm sure some people think it's weird and some people think it's cool. So
I know, I can't even imagine. I'm sure. I remember one person. Babs is a nickname. It is my name, but I do actually have a longer name. that is very, very unique. I've never met another person with my exact name. So when I see a DM request that says my name, like my given legal name, I'm like,
because you know it's someone that must have known you, I guess.
I remember I worked at a really cool place where I was okay to just be like the quiet weirdo in the background. And one of the cool kids from that job had DM'd me, and they're like, "Is this seriously you?" I was like, "What? Oh no!"
Like, no, what are you talking about? Like, my doppelganger.
And I don't put my private life, so I applaud you for having a personal social media that's outside of the cosplay and the other stuff, the other content you create. I would be too. I'm such a scaredy cat.
That's the thing, is I feel like I used to not really think about things like privacy, and then as I started to get like slightly more followers on TikTok, at that point I was like, okay, I need to make my private accounts completely private and just like be cautious. But
okay, so I put the gray on the top. I'm loving it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little bit of white above it, just for a little extra dimension. Right. I got a bulbous forehead. Put it right above where she put her highlighter. Nice.
I feel like this look is going to make me want to experiment with a bunch of other kind of like character masks as well.
Oh yeah. I love when people do like the body art. I don't have the patience for it, but man, it's so cool.
Yeah, like if it takes this long just to do the mask, imagine doing like the full body paint.
They must have, what I think they must have is the what is that called? Airbrush?
Oh, yes, that probably helps a lot.
They probably have the airbrush, and I have a small airbrush. I think it would still take just as much time to do everything. Okay.
Wow, I can't even believe how much adding the lights and shadows just really made this look so much more professional.
Yes.
I guess.
I love it. I love it. Now, the lady that we're looking at, the reference picture, she actually goes in with some darker red shadow.
Oh, okay.
And creates a little bit more dimension that way. We don't have to, but just for kicks,
yeah.
I'm going to just go in. I'm going to go in with this guy. Ooh, that's got a lot of pigmented black on it. Let's see. All right.
You think you want to go a lip look at some point with this? Like,
oh yes, let's do that last. I'm gonna go in with these two colors from this palette. Looks like she has it beneath, like right in here. Right in here. To almost make her brow look a little bit more like squinty angry. It's very slight. Yeah, I see a little bit.
I like that, yeah.
A little bit there, creates a little dimension. I think I'd want to go in a little bit down here. Yeah, okay. Where else does she have it? Oh, she has it to smash the nose. She has it here. You don't have to do this, but it is interesting.
I almost want to put like a little bit of nose contour, like on the part of my nose that's exposed, like almost start incorporating the parts of my makeup that I do normally now, like in the parts that are.
You know what we have in common? Oh, also Glendana. You know what we have in common is one thing. Maybe it's super narcissistic of me, but you have a lovely jawline and lovely cheekbones.
Mm-hmm.
It took me so long to feel self-confident about my jawline because coming from a Japanese family, having a broad, full face like this was so unattractive in Japanese beauty standards. So when I saw us, especially with the wig on, and our jawlines are so accented,
but it's funny, I was like, people kind of have that like that.
Yeah, and I think you look lovely. So if I think you look lovely, then I should think the same thing about myself, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
She does also put it into the temples, but I'm not even going to worry about that. I think the subtle stuff is okay. All right, let's contour and do our lips.
Ooh, yes.
So do your contour however you like it. Okay. Go.
Having a makeup wipe on hand is so essential for this look.
Yep, I have it right here. All right, so I'm going to do some on my nose.
It's funny to try to do it with just like partial nose showing.
Here we go. Here we go. Can you imagine if we lived close to each other and we were just like, you want to come over and do makeup looks together?
Right? Just a casual Friday night, you know.
Oh my God, that would be so much fun.
That would
Oh, I actually asked that question. So my best friend, she lives in Chicago, and she said, let's do this really cool app where you submit like voice recordings through the app, and it does intro and outro music, so you can prompt your friend like, if you had to go back to one time period, what would it be? And then your friend records, it does intro, outro music, so it makes it sound like a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I said was, if you could, I said your 25-year-old self, I won't ask your age, but like my friend and I, we are not 25. Mm-hmm. And so I said, if you could spend a day with 25-year-old you, what would you do? And our answers, pretty much once you realize what you want to do, you realize what a perfect day for yourself now would be.
Wow, that's a really good thing to think about. Oh my gosh.
It was really fun, because the other thing I have to remember is 25-year-old me hadn't found cosplay. So I'd be like, ooh, I'd introduce her to cosplay.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to think about that one. That's a hard one. I'd have to. Like for me, it would be like, go to a cat cafe.
Oh, I went to one in Philly. They're so cute.
I went to one in Montreal a really long time ago, and it was so fun. Oh my gosh.
So you just pay like a flat cover fee and you go and get to play?
I think so. Yeah, I can't even really remember, but there's just a couple cats in the room, and you're just like drinking your tea, and cats just kind of like come up to you when they want to. It's really cute.
Oh, I love that. Now, do they do like adoption, or is it not?
Yes, all the cats, at least for the one I went to, all the cats are available for adoption too.
Ooh.
They're all
like, how are you gonna go? How are you gonna leave without a cat? That would be torture.
Right.
Okay. What do I want to do? Now I want to do my lips. Let's do it. This is pretty low maintenance. You can do it as like intense as you want. So it looks like Ashley Barton typically has this either punk black lips, mm-hmm, or just real plump luscious lips. So I'm going to start with the luscious lips and then see if I want to go with black lipstick.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have anything close to black. I have like this really dark purple that might look black. I think that might look
Ooh, that'll look good.
The sound of sifting through a makeup bag.
I love it. It's like ASMR.
I'm like, what can I find in here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like periodically I have a makeup look where I need a black lip for, and then every time I need it again, I've lost it. So
I asked my significant other, Raphael, I'm not sure if he's on the live right now. He's a lovely, lovely man. I asked him, I said, if you woke up and you were suddenly, like you had been body swapped and you're a woman, what would your makeup look be? Oh. And he said punk style.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which I think every man, they'll say, oh, I like a girl that's natural. But if they got to do their makeup, they would go punk rock and roll.
Yeah, because it's just so fun to like play with all the colors, play with all the different looks.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my trick. I love, who was it? It was either Spree Noel or Kate Romanova. Can't remember the TikToker, but they use the same, they use the same lip liners as I do. So I go in and make my lips look more luscious than they really are.
My favorite tricks. I have very thin lips naturally, so it's like, okay, overline,
Mm-hmm.
lip plumpers, all the tricks.
One of the things I like about doing my Captain Marvel cosplay is she has smaller lips like I do. And so I'm like, you know what? Stop feeling self-conscious and trying to make your lips look bigger than they are, because you're going to look better if you just let them be natural.
Yeah,
Just like harder. Okay. No. Okay, what do I want to do? She looks, I don't want to clash with the red too much. Maybe we'll go with a natural pink and then see what we like from there. Now, I think, that looks really pretty. Ooh, I like the gloss on you. You know what? Just for some variety, I do have a NYX cream lipstick that I've never tried. So we're going to do that. So here's this for now. I don't like it. Ooh, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I feel like I want to try the dark color too, just to have like see the two options. And anyone watching this in the comments, let us know which one looks better. I'm just putting a little bit of powder because I'm a little oily, so I'm just gonna put that on. Here we go. Ooh, I like that already. I feel like that just really makes it fit the look.
It's definitely cool. I don't think I have any oh God, I'm getting it all over my teeth. I don't have any cosplays that have a black lip.
So this is a purple, but I feel like on camera it'll look black. I feel like it'll work.
Yeah, try it. And it'll look pretty with the color of your eyes too.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, that definitely looks almost black. Even harder to talk doing lipstick than it is doing eyeliner.
What is it? What product? Like, oh yeah, Anastasia. Wait, what is? Grandmama, it's me, Anastasia. That's what I think of when I do makeup like this.
I think with the dark lip, it makes it even easier to kind of overline, because then it's just like you can't see anything.
Yeah, Raphael, your choice to go with the punk black lipstick is a great choice. Plus, it's making my teeth look really white.
If I even add black eyeliner, if it looked like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use black eyeliner. I don't have black lip liner. You could even do purple or blue lip liner.
Yeah, so many possibilities. Here, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Ooh, yeah. I think it fits the character better.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a darker vibe.
I don't like the nickname that the creators gave this character. I like calling her Spidergirl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think normalizing, making women be like really strong and powerful without having to use profanity is a good move that comic creators should pick up on.
Yeah. It's definitely a world that's definitely changing in that regard. Slowly but surely.
Yes, I love that.
Mhm.
Wait, did you see Multiverse of Madness?
I have, yes. No spoilers, but like,
I loved it.
so much fun. All those movies are just so much fun.
I know.
Mhm.
Agreed.
It's like all those movies I always have to see opening weekend or something because it's just like, all right, no spoilers. I don't want to miss anything. See something on Twitter, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I successfully avoided spoilers. I was pretty proud of myself. Okay,
yeah.
all right. I love her.
It's crazy, but I might even add fake lashes after. I think I can't find them right now, but
Yeah, I was even thinking, I was like, there needs to be some dimension that brings the, I almost want to put a white line going there, but I'm worried about messing it up.
ooh, yeah. I feel like there's always like the final look, and then right before you you get out your pictures, and then afterwards it's like, okay, what do I want to experiment before I take it off?
You know what? I'm happy with this as of right now. Let me see with the hair down.
Oh, yeah, the hair down. Okay.
Oh, wait. I gotta do the, just so that I don't get it all over the wig.
Oh, the setting spray? Yeah, that's a good idea. I should do mine.
Oh, wait, you know what? I gotta, what am I doing? I'm getting this. There we go.
Where is my setting spray?
So this is gonna happen right here where the natural oils of your eyelid are going to create some creasing.
Mm-hmm.
What solves this is putting that, like layering with the eyeshadow. And then as soon as you get that on, spray that barrier spray.
Okay.
So that the oils don't start reacting.
That is a good idea. Just dab some.
There we go.
I feel like I totally want to experiment with this look again, like down the line. I want to change the shape of the mask.
Mm-hmm. You both look ready for battle. I agree.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna wear this around my house for the rest of the day, just so I feel like I got use out of it.
I might just go grocery shopping right now.
Yeah.
I think I shall.
Okay. I feel like in New York City, nobody would bat an eye.
Okay, here's the thing: is if in New York City, everybody's gonna be like, whatever. You see this every day. But in Philadelphia, I don't know. Philadelphia is not that different. Okay, so here,
Use your
kind of
setting
want
spray.
you did your setting spray?
Did you do yours already?
I just did it.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit. Let's see. I don't have my heavy duty one with me, but I think this one should do the trick.
Ooh, that's good.
This makes me a little shiny for a moment.
I love that. I love looking dewy.
Yeah.
But I tend towards dry skin with my eczema, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that looks so good. I really love the asymmetrical kind of.
Yes, when I found this wig on René of Paris, it's Aderans.
Yeah, so Aderans is kind of like the main company, and then René of Paris, like the brand, and there's a couple other ones in it.
When I went to reneeofparis.com and then I was looking at the different options and I found this, I cannot find a good wig like this. You can't find something this good on Amazon. And when I found it, I was like, oh, I can do this cosplay.
That is awesome. And now it's like you can use it for the cosplay. You can use it for just like an everyday look. Like someone was saying in the beginning of the stream, like, oh, I thought you got a haircut.
I know. Oh, I would come to work like this.
So yeah, you totally could. That would look awesome.
Pose for a screenshot. Okay, Raph's going to take a screenshot of us.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. There we go. I'm sure he got it. If he didn't, he'll tell us. But turn off comments for a second. Turn off. No, it's fine, Raph. It's fine.
I don't even know how.
We're good.
I'm scared to mess up the. I said love this.
Thank you for thinking of us, though. That's great. Thank you for getting that screenshot.
Yeah. So again, for anyone else watching who's interested in this wig, this is Faith from René of Paris, but specifically the Noriko line within René of Paris. And just to go over the details, like it has this lace front, so it just looks really natural. on the hairline, and then the lace part, so it kind of extends back, so it just looks like it's growing out of your own scalp, which is really nice.
And you got like some beautiful like highlight and low lights in there. And as you move it, it's different from like your run-of-the-mill wigs that you would get on Amazon, where if you moved it, all of a sudden you'd have your hair sticking up and a whole bunch of flyaways, and it would be out of shape. This just like, it moves like real natural hair, and I love that. I know, yeah, it does move. I have a big head, and this actually, once I put it on, I think I needed 2 bobby pins to secure it. I've got a lot of hair too, and it fits.
Oh, that's perfect. And all the caps are adjustable as well for anyone who isn't familiar with the wigs.
And very comfortable.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love how this look came out. This has been so much fun.
I love this. This is like hanging out. Oh God. Oh no. I gotta learn how not to do that.
Yeah, we're
That's
both
terrible. No, I'm gonna move backwards so you can't see. This was like hanging out with like your best friends and like doing makeup together to go out.
Right.
But in our case, it's going to a con.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. This is getting me so excited for the next con. I'm like, I think Brooklyn Comic Con is actually like next week or something. Now I'm like, do I want to go?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Brooklyn Comic Con is a much smaller one, but I would love to go to all the cons. So I'm like,
where is that? Do you know where they are based out of?
I don't actually remember. I think it was actually supposed to be last summer, but it was rained out or something, because I think it was outdoors.
Okay. So, like, is it at a convention center or like an arena, or?
I think it's the first week of June, so I got to look into it again and double check. But if you do go to that, let me know.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot on the computer for you if you need. Thank you. Any and all screenshots, if you can send them over to either of us or to René of Paris, that is lovely. That is so thoughtful of you. We love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love how yours came out. It looks so good, and then with the hair, we really are twinning right now. There's some multiverse jokes we can make.
I love it. Like, and I like, okay, so you did, I love your shape. So you did a little bit more exaggerated up and a little bit more exaggerated down. And I honestly like your shape better than the shape that I did. So if we're going to go with it.
Yeah, I like that we can kind of show both examples here too. So you can see which shape.
Yes.
But that's exactly what I would experiment with next time. I feel like I would almost bring this down even farther.
Yes.
Like this, I want to adjust how I angled the black part, but.
Yeah. And that's what's important to do. Like, get that muscle memory of learning how to do this, and take a look at it and be like, this is what I would do the next time. I mean, that's what we do with our regular makeup, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all just a learning experience, and
yes,
much fun. Cool. So,
well, okay. Was there anything else that we need to let people know about René of Paris?
I mean, not so much, but it's pretty much just if you are interested in any of the wigs, you can visit the website, reneofparis.com, for all the details about them. Again, this particular wig is called Faith, and the color that we're both wearing is dark chocolate, but it comes in a variety of different natural colors and some other fun colors. And if you do like the bright fun colors, the Muse collection is fantastic for that. The Orchid collection is fantastic. There's a lot to explore.
Yeah.
And then
that's awesome. Yeah.
Definitely check
out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You have a full YouTube video reviewing this this particular wig too.
I do. Yeah. So if you want to check out, my personal YouTube channel is Abby Andrew, and then my personal Instagram is abbyandrew.yt, and then I'm the social media spokespeople for René of Paris, along with a few other people.
Oh yeah. If you need somebody to teach you about wigs from the ground up, Abby is the person to go to. There's a wealth of information online that's coming straight from you. It makes you feel like you have almost like a best friend or a big sister teaching you the things that you wouldn't know unless you saw somebody play with the wig.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I try to provide as many resources as I can. But then we also have a lot of videos on the René of Paris YouTube channel as well. So all sorts of tutorials and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really great. Okay, well, I'm gonna have some fun walking around my apartment before I say goodbye to Ashley Bart. Yes.
And then for anyone else watching on the René of Paris side, make sure you go check out Babs Butcher on Instagram and TikTok. Her cosplay is so incredible and fun that you can see just from this that she just walked me through this look. So, and that was fun. And I'm excited. Are you gonna like take pictures now after this to post?
I didn't think of doing that. I was just gonna have some fun being Ashley around the house, but might as well. I'll do a few pictures like this. But yeah, no, follow. If you're coming here from my account, please check out Abby on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. Are you on any other platforms you'd like to promote?
Mostly those three.
Okay. And I am primarily on TikTok and Instagram. And please follow René of Paris. Take a look at all of their content and all of their new lines coming out. I am obsessed with how beautiful, like I feel like I stepped up my wig game by working with René of Paris. So I can't recommend them enough.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. It has been so much fun to have you on here. And anyone who was watching this who maybe tuned in at the end and you want to go back and watch from the beginning, this will be posted on our IGTV later on. So keep an eye out for that if you want to go back and watch from the beginning. This has been so much fun. Definitely like stay in touch. Let me know future cons you're going to.
Yeah.
And yeah, for everyone else watching, have an amazing, wonderful weekend.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone.